Welcome anyone to my YouTube channel. This is Two Beasts to Kill You, and it's been a while. For transparency's sake, or whatever it is you want to call it, my computer died, so I had to get a new one. And it did come in about a week ago, a little under a week ago. But unfortunately, with that one, it's not that great. I even recorded a podcast earlier this week, but it just didn't. It didn't do well, we'll say. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I think I figured everything out, and I could start getting back to making semi-regular content like I've been doing. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just glad to be able to do something right now and to put out a video for you guys, which I will be talking about the PlayStation State of Play that came out today on May 30th, 2024. But before we get into all that, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, Sony, it's I wouldn't say E3 week yet, but you know, we're getting into E3 season, and Sony put out their, I guess it wasn't a showcase, it was a state of play, and I wouldn't call this a showcase. But you know, I know a lot of people were excited for PlayStation to put out something, especially with Xbox's showcase a little under a week and a half. So before I get into what I liked and what I thought, like, I guess the nitty gritty of it, I'll say I think it was a solid 6 out of 10. You know, that's good. I know people are going to think, what, 6 out of 10? That sucks. But, you know, thank you, IGN, GameSpot, and all the other websites for fucking that up. 6 out of 10 is good. I will say they showed some stuff that I'm just like, I don't understand why you, or not understand, but not my cup of tea. We'll just say not my cup of tea. Yeah. So they showed about, I don't know. Let me make the quick count here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 14 things it looks like. It showed 14 games. There was Concord. Oh, and I'll get into that in a little bit. God of War Ragnarok, but for the PC release. Dynasty Warriors Origins. Infinity Nikki. Ballad of Antara. Behemoth from Skydance. Alien Rogue Incursion. Marvel Rivals. Where Winds Meet. That one looked pretty good. Until Dawn. I said remake in a tweet, but I meant remaster or re-release, I guess it would be more, you know, for the PC and PS5. Path of Exile 2, you know, that Diablo-like. Silent Hill 2 remake. Monster Hunter Wilds, and the one I was really excited about when I saw they ended it with this game, Astrobot, which I'm surprised they call it Astrobot, but I think the first game was like called Astrobot's Playroom or something like that. I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now. So yeah, those are the games they showed, and yeah, unfortunately a lot of them just did not look good to me. Concord, I was excited at first with what they were showing, because they showed like I guess it was a story trailer, more of a story trailer. And then once that was over, they talked about the game and showed gameplay, and it's just a hero shooter. There was a few hero shooters, or not a few, a couple of them, and there's been kind of a good amount of hero shooters coming out, like the X Defiant, which should be the gameplay I'm using. It's basically a hero shooter. Marvel Rivals is a hero shooter. The Concord was a hero shooter. I guess that's just going to be the trend for a bit, now that I guess Battle Royales are dying out. But, I mean, it would be a weird trend for hero shooters to, I guess they'd be making a comeback, because after Overwatch, we did have there was Paladins. That one should be still going strong, I believe. Or not strong, but it's still going. There was that one from Cliff Bleszinski, I'm not remembering right now. that was supposed to be a hero shooter. There was a Battleborn, which yeah. Um, so yeah, it's a weird. I don't know, just a weird takeaway that we seem to be seeing at least maybe a minor resurgence of hero shooters. But whatever. Again, Concord. It's a hero shooter, 5v5 shooter, whatever they want to call it. That my excitement gone. God of War Ragnarok. I mean, I have a PlayStation 5, so if I really want to play Ragnarok, I'm not a PC gamer guy. Like I'm never going to be. I don't have the patience for what it takes and probably the smarts to really be a PC gamer. But whatever. Dynasty Warrior Origins or Warriors Origins. I'm not a Dynasty Warrior. The only Dynasty Warriors games I liked were the Hyrule Warriors games, and I think you understand why I liked those games. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan, so that's I think honestly I didn't even finish those two games, Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So as much as I even like those games, I never even finished them. There's Infinity Nikki, which is this weird, like, I think I saw online people were calling it like an online dress-up game or something, open world dress-up game. I don't remember what it was, something dress-up game. And my brother, he was watching it with me. He was like, oh yeah, I want to play that game. He's a weeb, but I'm not. This game did not look good. There was, the next one would be Ballad of Antara. I'm struggling to remember if that game looked good or not. So we're just going to move on. Skydance's Behemoth. Unfortunately, I don't have a VR headset. It's going to be on the Quest, apparently, the Meta Quest, but it is going to be on the PSVR too, so I might have to pick up one of those because that game looked good. It looked like, like for the casual people, Skyrim, but it's virtual reality. Alien Rogue Incursion. I'm not a big horror, those types of, there was an Alien Isolation. It looked like that. Like Alien Isolation, Outlast, those types of games where you're like running from a monster. I think Outlast's like that. Shows you how many games of that type I play. But hey, and there's an Alien game for the PSVR. The next one is Marvel Rivals, another hero shooter. That one I may try because of the Marvel skin. Like, that being a Marvel game might make me try it, as long as it's free to play. I don't remember if it was going to be free to play or not. If it's free to play, I'll try it. If I have to pay for it, probably won't. Next one, Where Winds Meet. That one looked pretty good. Obviously, it's, Dark Souls, not Dark Souls inspired, but Soulsborne-esque in the way like the combat kind of is, but it looked more hack and slashy than a Souls-like, the normal Souls-like. So that one I could see myself probably wanting to play it at a discount. Until Dawn. That one. That was one that I was super excited. I forgot that they had even announced that, I don't know, maybe last year or something. And it was coming to PS5. So when that comes, I'm definitely getting that. I love I am forgetting the name of the studio that makes that, but they made like Man of Medan and The Quarry and all. I love their games. I own all of the Dark Pictures anthology games. I own The Quarry. I own Until Dawn. I like their games. I like their games a lot. They're just good to just like, kind of turn your brain off, press a button, do a thing here. And if someone dies, someone dies. Because they're usually horror games, obviously. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to get that game. Path of Exile 2. Not a like, it's a Diablo-esque. I'm not a big like Diablo fan, and if I'm not into Diablo, why would I be into the last one? I really played through, like, I played through Diablo. I want to say I did play through Diablo 3 all the way, or at least most of the way. But I'm just not a big, the dungeon crawler gameplay is just not, doesn't do it for me. Silent Hill 2 Remake. That I am very excited about because I have not played a Silent Hill game since I was probably in my teens. A good 20 years now since I played a Silent Hill game on the original, or not original, but the PlayStation 2 I played. Silent Hill game. I'm pretty sure it was just a PlayStation game. I had like a demo disc on the PlayStation, but I played it on my PlayStation 2. Or something. I'm old. I don't remember. It might have just been on the PlayStation. I played it and thought I had the PlayStation 2. Or maybe it was close to when the PlayStation 2 was coming out. And I barely had my original PlayStation. But yeah, I did play it for sure. For the life of me, I can't remember anything. And that's why I would really want to play Silent Hill 2 again, because I want to remember just how the game went. Then Monster Hunter Wilds. I have Monster Hunter World on my Xbox, or I had it for a long time. I just never got around to playing it. I'm not into that game, which is weird because it does play. If you're a guy like me who's into like Souls likes, it has that similar, like, obviously it's not a Souls like or play like a Souls like, but it has like a similar, like, oh, things are hard and you gotta like watch how you play and everything. But I've just never been too into them. My brother was very excited about that though, so good for him. And then the last game, the Astrobot game. That one, yes. As soon like when that game comes out, I think I saw it was coming out in August or maybe it was September. These games all had like release dates for this year, so except for Monster Hunter, that one's coming out next year. But they're all coming out soon, so but Astrobot, yeah, I'm like that. I'm there day one. I'm gonna pre-order that game as soon as I can. I'm gonna play that game because Astrobot's Playroom, I want to say it was called. The package game or pack-in game, whatever you want to call it. When you bought the PS5, that game was great. It showcased like how the controller, the functionality of the controller, the triggers and the vibrations and what you can do with that controller. So, and this game looks like it's doing that again, but it's just going even bigger. Like some of those boss battles they were showing looked really good. And they're doing the same thing, going through all the PlayStation catalog and like they're gonna have cameos and everything. I'm in. You give me another Astrobot game, I am a very happy camper. So, yeah. When it comes out, I'm playing it. Might even try and live stream that one. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much all the game. Not pretty much. That was all the games. What I thought about each game. Like I said, 6 out of 10. Not everything was to my flavor, or to my liking. I can see why people would like those games. Some of the games, or most of the games anyway, at least. Yeah, and the few that I'm excited about, Silent Hill 2, Until Dawn, Astrobot. But I'm just a little disappointed, maybe a little even kind of confused, perplexed, whatever you want to say, that this would be what they show for E3 season. Especially with like Xbox is going to do their big showcase soon. I think June 9th. And Nintendo, I'm pretty sure, I want to say they announced something. They're going to do their showcase. It's just when it's this time of the year, when we don't have E3 anymore. But you're still going to have these companies do their E3 presentations, basically. I mean, IGN, it's called Summer of Gaming, and I don't remember what Jeff Keighley calls his thing. But yeah, Summerfest, right? Summer Game Fest or something. So we are doing this, unless maybe that's what it is. Like maybe PlayStation is waiting until Summer Game Fest to announce, oh yeah, no, today or this week we are doing an actual showcase. Then this is all a moot point. And then, okay, cool. They showed some games that they probably wanted to get rid of out of the way or whatever. We'll see what happens. As for now, if this is what they were doing for their E3, basically as their E3 presentation, it's a very disappointing thing to do. But, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this was just what they decided to do for now, and they're going to do something bigger, or maybe they're just going to like partner up with Keighley. I know he's a big like PlayStation fanboy. And we see some more, but that's just something we're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of now starting to just ramble on, so I'll go ahead and end this. So yeah, if you like my videos, please like, subscribe, all the good shit. And until then, I'll catch you later.